The Alberta government has released its first quarterly fiscal update, and there's some good news and some notes of caution to share in there. First, the good news. The surplus is up. So remember back in February when the Alberta government delivered its budget and it had a teeny tiny little surplus? It was $367 million. Now, in an overall budget of around $70 billion with a B, $367 million with an M is as thin as a little baby kitten's whisker. So, very good to see that accounting surplus is now higher. It's set at around $2.9 billion for the surplus, is what the government is forecasting. So that's good news. On that accounting surplus stuff, though, there is a bit of a note of caution here because the debt is going up. The debt is going up by just over $4 billion. So now the provincial debt is forecasted to be around $86 billion. That's a higher number than it was at the end of last year, fiscal. So they need to keep a real close eye on that. Now, the government is going to say something like, oh, well, we're borrowing more money now because we're getting better rates to do it now for our capital spending than we will in the future, blah, blah. But they can't keep letting that debt number go up because taxpayers are on the hook for that and they promise to make sure to pay down the debt. So they've got to keep doing that. The one element of good news, though, when it comes to the debt is that the so-called debt servicing costs, which is basically the interest payments on the debt, that's going down somewhat. So taxpayers are saving around $100 million in change. So that element was good. Two other notes here. The finance minister flagged again that they're going to keep their promise to reduce the Alberta income taxes. So the Alberta income tax promise was that they were going to reduce the Alberta income tax for the first $60,000 of earnings from 10% down to 8%. That was going to save people about $1.4 billion, about $1,500 per Alberta family. And again, the finance minister reiterated they're going to keep that promise, so that's good. Also, there's some big government union contract negotiations going on right now, and it's important to send the message to the provincial government to not break the bank on that, to keep those government union contracts in line because Alberta taxpayers expect balanced budgets.